Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I just wanted to come on and I've been working on this a little bit more. I sewed in the signatures and stuff like that just so you guys wouldn't have to be tortured watching me try to do that, because that's always interesting. Sorry, I'm moving my camera just a little. There we go. I am going to show you real quick. I have an add-on for the 1923 digital kit, and so this, my son and I did this yesterday, and so I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys. So it's in my Etsy shop if you are interested in an add-on. So the add-on is simpler. I just kept it very simple because I had lots of different kind of requests from different people. And so I was hoping that this would sort of fill everybody's need. So you've got the regular kit, and then this one has this wallpaper background, which is the doilies and the roses. And then let me show you this one first real quick. That's another wallpaper. And it's the same wallpaper that's in a lot of the other kit. It's just in different sizes in the other kit, like smaller and larger, just depending on how I wanted it. Let me see if I can find a piece of that. Oh. Well, of course, right now, I'll see this. It's that same thing, just a different scale on it. So one piece of that, and then my wonderful friend Denise at Wonderbar Crafts did these ribbon cards so that you can, and I have them all just printed out on printer paper right now, but you can use nicer paper and they do come out looking a little bit more colorful than these ones. I mean, they are definitely faded because all the pieces, as I mentioned the last time, were from a really old Needlecraft magazine from 1923 that's just like disintegrating and falling apart. So like some of these parts right here, you can see the aged, you know, like striations where the fold was in that, and they have just faded over time. So they're not, all the images aren't super bright, they're kind of muted. And then she made these, but she made these up for me and sent them to me so that I could put them in this kit, which is awesome because she wanted some of these. And I know other people like stuff like this too. So you can just wrap your ribbon, lace, like embroidery floss, and she just did a really cool video on like a little travel sewing kit. So I will link her below and you can go check out what she did. She did one of these pockets, kind of like I have in this journal, the Tim Holtz pockets. Well, it's exactly like this, and she put those ribbon cards in there with a little ribbon and floss and stuff like that on them. So it turned out super cute, and that's a great idea. So anyway, there's 2 pages of those. And then these are just some ephemera pieces that I found. Like you could use them as button cards or frames, or, you know, do whatever you want. And that's why I thought about putting like buttons on there and stuff like that, but then I thought maybe not everybody wants them for button cards. You might want to actually use them more like frames, or you could write in them, journal in them, you know, stuff like that. So I didn't do that. I mean, this one's obviously a button card, but again, you can journal here just by putting on a page, and then the bird with the thread and the little sewing pattern piece, and that's a real old sewing pattern. Excuse me. And then I had one of my subscribers wanted me to take these images like on this page, these ladies, and just do them, you know, and nothing else. But I only have a couple of those, and so I did the bigger ones that were also in that Needlecraft, you can see right there. So we just kind of put them on the same page, so you can cut them apart and cut them out, and you know, you can do whatever you want to do with them. This is just how we wanted to have them on the page, so that it would, because this was a very narrow piece of paper, so we went ahead and put these on the bottom. And the funniest thing is this dress is $325. This one is the expensive one for $17.98. Can you even imagine? It would be awesome. But anyway. And then these ones, I had, like I said, a subscriber that wanted to color them, so she wanted just the plain ones, but these ones are kind of tiny, and when I blew them up, they get all blurry and weird, you know how they do. So I did find some different ones, and when I blew them up, they got all blurry, and the color on them was like a really weird brown. It was almost like this color, and so I didn't want them like that. I didn't want them blurry, obviously, and I didn't want them that brown color if she was going to use them to color. And so I traced them, you know, and then I just kind of simplified them. Like this dress is actually one of the ones It's this lady right here. So I didn't do all the plaid work and all that. I just kept it very simple. So you can color those and use them. You can just ink them and use them. And I'll show you because I did do some stuff with that. So that's what those are. I just traced them, you know, drew parts that I couldn't see and just tried to, you know, kind of simplify them as far as the dresses and things like that went. So I hope that you guys like those. It's always tricky trying to do a kit and get stuff that people are gonna like. So anyways, so this is one of the ladies, and I went ahead and I cut her out entirely. I did print these on a little bit thicker cardstock and a little bit nicer, so they did print out nice and smooth and nice. And then this is another one that I went ahead and colored just so you can get an idea. And I only used 3 different colors of the Prisma color. These, my daughter has this set of pencils, and so I just used, excuse me, 3 of the colors from that set, and I just colored lighter or darker, you know, you guys know how to color. But anyway, so it's not even like you have to do a whole bunch. And on her cheeks I just did a little bit of color and then left her face the color that it was. I drew these on plain white paper, and then my son put in that old like vintage background so it looks wrinkled and cracked and stuff like that, because I wanted it to have the same colorway as, you know, the originals did. Otherwise it would look weird to have these in stark white and these in the, you know, the more vintage paper. So he did that and then just put the images I drew on there. Alright, so this just is to give you an idea of, you know, what they would look like if you colored them, or you could, like I said, you could just ink them, you know, just to ink the edges, or, you know, do whatever you want with them. They're yours if you buy them. So, and here's one I wanted to show that I put on a tag, so I colored her and put her on a tag just so you can get an idea of what those are going to look like. So today I thought we would work on finishing this up so that I can do the giveaway. And I don't remember what all I said. I think I told you guys that this, I covered the inside. I didn't have the outside done. That's what it was. I just cut that so that it could be a little tuck spot right there for a tag. And then I tore all the edges of the papers, this edge, you know, just to make them rough and different levels and stuff. Just, I like that feel. And so I'm going to do a quick flip through of what I have so far, just so you guys can see it, because I think I will, by, you know, put it at the bottom of this video. Go ahead and comment if you'd like to win this journal, and then I'll do a drawing in a couple of weeks for, you know, whoever wins it. So I did this little pocket, and you guys have seen most of the stuff in here because these are those little, like, ATC. They're a little bit smaller than a regular ATC, but anyway, that's the idea. They're just those little cards that I made and stuck in there. And then there's some collaged tags. So I just collaged a piece of paper and then cut them out with my Big Shot. And I put a little piece of washi there, and that's just collaged. And then I collaged paper and then cut this out too, so it gave it the whole, all the different papers that were used with that. And these papers on the backs of mine are Antique Paperia. I just thought they went well, you know, color-wise and everything. And then these papers are from Denise at Wonderbar Crafts. They're the Kool-Aid dyed ones that I got from her. And I think I've mentioned all that, but just in case this is the first time you've watched or whatever. Some ledger paper in that green. And I didn't want to do the coffee dyed because I liked the color like it was. And so this is one of the, from the new kit, the add-on kit. And then I did the back with the Antique Paperia paper. So it's very soft, very pastel, because that's kind of the way these images are. They're just very muted and soft. And you can see on this one, because that's one of the ladies that I, it's this one, that I traced. And I just made it a little bit bigger, but it just kind of got blurry. I mean, you can, they're old, they're really old images. So that's why I decided to trace them, because they're on this color of paper, and I don't know. Anyway. And then this is the envelope that we did together with the journaling tags on the inside. It's all been collaged and it's sewn into the signature. So now you guys can see what it's like when it's sewn into the signature. You only see, it was the 2 envelopes together like a book, and now you're only seeing, you know, half. So that's the one we did together on the video. And Rachel did one yesterday, and she did amazing. So you guys should all go check it out if you haven't. And that's the middle. And then coffee dyed paper, and this is Kool-Aid in a kind of a super soft yellow. That's the other side of the journaling tag. I need to kind of get those down a little bit better. I'll do that. Get those glued down better. There's that, and ledger. And I didn't do a ton of decorating. It's pretty simple, mostly for writing or drawing or whatever. You could definitely, these are so light, you could definitely draw and write on them, no problem. And then I did the pocket that comes with the first kit. And that, on the other side of that. So yeah, it's just one signature because it's not, it was a composition notebook, you know, that I altered. Just like I did with the one that I showed you guys. I just sewed in the signatures regular. I didn't do the eyelets and all that. So I thought we could decorate this pocket. I thought it'd be fun to have a kind of an up and down pocket, and that way I can use maybe this lady or something on it. And I didn't do a lot of sewing because my sewing machine is, I don't know, I cannot get it to work right. And it's just bothering me, so I'm tired of messing with it all the time. So I'm just not gonna worry about it. I think I'm gonna use some of the new wallpaper stuff on here. I kind of like this one. And I will, you know, I'm going to do a little collaging to it, and I'll put these tags back later. And we need to decorate the front too. Those are the two things that I wanted to do. So let me find my tearing ruler. So now I have two new favorite rulers. I like this one, and I really like just the metal one that I got from the dollar store of all places, but it just tears really well. But this does that nice, like, crinkly edge. You just got to hang on to it because otherwise the paper slides out really easily. So I hope everybody's having a good day. You guys have been so nice and received my digital kits really well, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. And it was so fun to see Rachel do one of the envelopes. She does amazing collages. I really like that medieval mirage that she's been using too. It's not generally something that is my favorite, but I really like the way hers is coming out. It's awesome. All the stuff she's been doing. I don't have as much luck as she does, though, finding images. And I've gone to places that she's mentioned to go to, but for some reason I just can't seem to find stuff as easily. I did have one of my subscribers say that I should do a tutorial on where I find images. I usually just go to Pinterest, and then I, you know, go to public domain, that kind of thing, and then copy and paste them just to a Word document, because that's what I know how to do. I am not super computer savvy at all, so I don't know that you guys would want to watch me do a tech type video, because I just really am not great at that stuff. But anyway, so I just copy and paste them to a Word document, and then I print them out. So that's a fairly simple thing to do. I didn't want it quite as thick as it was, so I think that'll work. So yeah. I didn't tear that straight. Okay, we're going to do some collaging, so I'm not even sure I'm going to use the whole piece. I just kind of wanted to see what it was going to look like. And then I want some of this. I just have some, oh, not that one, sorry. I've got like offcuts and stuff from making the kit originally, and just scrap and whatever that I need to use. I like these old embroidered doilies and stuff. When you print them out, they look really cool, I think. I think I need a little bit of the ledger or old book page or something. Got a piece of that. It's so soft. Just falls apart when you tear it. So yeah, it was a great weekend. Lots of people had really nice things to say on Instagram, and very awesome of everyone. And I really want to thank like Denise and some of my awesome subscribers who buy stuff from my Etsy shop and have had ideas and things that they wanted to see, and so I love that because it really does help me. And oh, I had one of my subscribers ask me if I would print out the digital kit and send it to her because her computer's not working. And so I will do that. So if that's something that you're interested in, I don't have a problem doing that. It costs a little bit more because of shipping and all that. Because I actually made a Cheerio box into a shipping envelope because it's a kind of a nice weight of cardboard, and but you know it doesn't bend easily, especially when you make it into a kind of a flat envelope, but it does cost a little bit more than some of the, like, you know, like bubble packs, obviously, because they're just air mostly. So but I just don't want to send something like that and have it get all bent. So but she was very understanding, which is awesome, because unfortunately I don't have control over the shipping costs, and it has gotten outrageous. It's hard to believe. Alright, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure I like the way that's... I'm not liking the top of it is what I'm not liking. I'm going to go just a tiny bit more at an angle. Like that. So yeah, I have no problems doing that if that's something that you need done. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. And if there is a time period that you guys are interested in, you know, having a kit for, let me know and I'll see what I can find, because that's another thing. It's always great to have ideas of what people actually want. I mean, it can be really hard to find images, but I just realized this has to go this direction. You know, because of the whole copyright and all that, but I really try to find stuff that's out there. And a lot of stuff you know, if I buy stuff from an antique store and I can like photocopy it or scan it or whatever, then that is another awesome thing to do, because a lot of that people in other areas might not have or whatever. It's another good place to find things. So yeah, I'm gonna put this, like I said, this will be my giveaway for my subscribers, because I think I'm up to like 1,500 or 1,700 and something, and it mostly this weekend it just really went up a lot, so I really appreciate it. So I just want to say thank you and do a giveaway. See if I go all the way up, that's going to get covered. And this border lace is in that first kit. Just trying to see what I like here. I have a piece of this from the magazine too. But it doesn't show a whole lot, so that's not very exciting. This piece, the edge is so, oh there we go, that's kind of a cool one. That's from the front cover and it's all cracked and stuff. I'll put those ones on. I kind of want to tear the bottom of this because it's looking too squarish. And then tear it about right here. And then I have that scrap to do something with. So I'm totally addicted to the collage thing that everybody's been doing. It's so cool. It's like we should just collage the world. It looks fabulous. And it's kind of a relaxing thing to do, I think. Glue that one on. I ordered some Yoo-Hoo glue sticks finally. I'm about out of these ones anyway. I just had a bunch left from when my kids were, you know, needing that stuff in school. They've gotten old enough now that they don't use it a whole lot, but I had a bunch of them left over, so I wanted to use them up. I don't want to waste them. Go ahead and tear this just a little bit more. Kind of weird from this glue now. So yeah, hopefully that'll work well to have those. The Yoo-Hoo glue will be a little bit better. Because as I've said in the past, it isn't my favorite glue sticks. I'm just going to use my scissors. There, solve that problem. Alright, and then my little piece of this old magazine. Super cool, it's just so, you just really got to be careful with it. These are the finds that I really like to run into at the antique stores, the old paper. I go looking just for paper stuff. Yeah, I wish I could have done more sewing, but my sewing machine, it's just a cheapy, ridiculous one, really. But that's the way it goes sometimes. And like I said, I've never been a sewer, so I've never really had a great one. I just know how to straight stitch. Junk journal stitch, I'll call it. Any direction, whatever. I don't like patterns. I'm just going to put her right there. I like that flower, so I want to see that. Oops, and I can't hang her hands off, that's the other thing. And I kind of want to round these corners. Oops, what am I doing? I'll have to do the inside one too because you'll be able to see it. And I didn't really have to do this. I could have just done the one strip, but I just find that pockets just do better if, especially, you know, a long one like this, if it's got something else instead of just trying to glue it to the page, is what I'm trying to say. Just holds up better with the paper in and out thing. Less chance of it falling off. Alright, so I'm going to glue that on. Got glue all over me. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I kept these from the original, from cutting it out. There's 1920 and that 325 for this particular dress. I just thought that was so cool. Imagine a whole dress like that. Maybe it was just, no, it wouldn't have been the pattern because that would have been expensive because they're not a ton more than that now. These are just fun. I think I'll put this up at the top with that piece of vintage magazine. And this one I'll put right next to the put it right next to it. Alright. I watched Denise do her video the other night trying to use tacky glue. She cracked me up. You just got to use the glue that you like. I don't really think, I mean, it's nice to know what other people use, but I truly believe that it's just one of those things that is, it's what you like, because otherwise it's not gonna, you're not gonna be happy with it. And I just, for whatever reason, really like tacky glue, so it works for me, but I know a lot of people don't like it. I cannot stand the way Fabri-Tac feels on my hands. So, and I know it's probably better because it's got that alcohol base, but it gives me the heebie-jeebies for some reason. But I'm kind of weird like that. Like, I don't like people lick a napkin and all those kind of things kind of send me over the edge, so. And that's kind of what that does, just makes me shivery. Okay, I'm just going to do that, and then I'll glue the inside. I just want it to kind of set up a little bit. Alright, well that's sitting. Let's work on, I made a paper clip, and I just took some pink music paper that Denise Kool-Aid dyed, and then of course I inked it so you can't hardly tell it's pink. But anyway, I put the little like flag things that are in that first kit over the top, folded it over, just did the whole, you know, paper clip glued on the back thing. I thought it would be fun to put one of the images or something on there. I like her, but I'm not sure about cutting it, if it's going to look weird. Don't know. Printed out some of the new stuff. I have a bunch of labels from Rachel. Couldn't think, sorry. That's already got that. It needs some color is what it needs. Let's see. That's too green. It's kind of pretty. I'll cover that. I think I probably am going to use her and just cut her after I get her on there. Just ink around the edges a little bit, because I can always print out another one and have the whole thing. Oh, I don't need to do the whole thing, huh? These were fun to do. I haven't done stuff like this in ages. I mean, I didn't, you know, draw them entirely, but it was fun. And I really like the way my son made them vintage looking by putting them on that old paper. We'll see how this does, and then kind of want it like right in the middle basically. Turn it over and cut it. See there, you can see it's pink. If I wouldn't get all carried away with the inking, but that's what I do. Love inking. And now, it's not too bad because she's got the whole V in her shirt kind of thing. I feel like it needs some flowers of some kind, like, do I have some washi that would work? I really want red. This would be good. It does help to keep the washi close by. I use it a lot more that way. I'm not real great with that. I think how long I want this. And I do like to put a little glue on it, just so it doesn't go anywhere. And I cut off the best rows. Here I am. Over this way a little more. Just needs that color on there. Sorry, trying to get the washi off my finger. All right. So there's that, and then we need to do the cover. Oh, and I need to glue this closed, or at least, yeah, so it doesn't flap open, because it's got this. I go up the curve a little bit even, just to this one will be ready to go to its new home. See, so you can just kind of tuck a little something in here. Whoops, maybe. All right, I'll put this on a page. You know, that stuff is not very thick. Let's do it here. If I can find the edge of this. Oh yeah. Let's scoot it up a little. Yeah, I would have liked to have done some lace on the sides, but like I said, my sewing machine makes me crazy. Alright, so I have some things together. I just did a different paper on the front, and then I'm going to take this doily and do this. I know you end up covering all this stuff. It's like, why do we do this? I don't know. Oh, and I have the envelope too. This envelope can go get put back here. Oh, I need to ink it a little. It's inked because I inked it the first time, but I did line it with some of the Kool-Aid dyed papers, and so I don't like that clean edge thing. But you can write in this, or if you want to, you can seal it entirely so that, you know, you can use it like an envelope. Either way, it works. So this can go in that back pocket. And I didn't do any inking on that second kit because I just figured people can do what they want with it, make it how they want it. Column edge or what? There we go. Right, let's get this on here. Gotta figure out how exactly I want it. I got some stuff together. I just need to. This is out of an old time card kind of thing, and this says 1923. This is a piece. This says straight from Paris. That's directly. That's the actual vintage out of that old magazine. And this is just a copy of some old lace. And I can't remember how I wanted this one. I had a plan. Something like that. That's all I was going to put on there. So, I had something else I was going to put on there. I have to look at my phone really quick, sorry, but I think that I took a picture of how I did it originally, so I want to see. Sorry, just getting into my pictures here. I have a million pictures since then, of course, because I've been taking pictures of stuff to put on Etsy. Oh, there it is. See? I had it. I had yeah, that's what I wanted. This is what I was missing. Oh, and I had another piece of... You know what? I took that out of there. I wanted some of that blue. I tried to do that one bigger because it's an old piece of wallpaper, but it just would not come out well for like a whole page. It just looked yuck. So I couldn't do that, unfortunately. This, I inked everything else, luckily, except this time one. Alrighty. So now that I can see how I wanted it, I can just do it that way. I love these old things that have writing in them because people don't write like they used to. I mean, handwriting now has gotten so bad. I look at some of the kids' handwriting and I am just floored. I mean, mine's not great either. I can't really talk. But it's just gotten really bad. So it's fun to see the old handwriting when they really had to write well, no matter what your job was or whatever. And I just stamped, it said 19 there, so I just did 23. Oh, you know what, that was probably supposed to go over this. Just lift it a little. That's the other thing good about this, you got a minute with tacky glue. I mean, once it sticks, it's stuck, but usually have a minute. And I really am just sticking this down flat because it is a cover, obviously, so I don't want to have anything that's going to be stuck on everything all the time. Let's see what I do with the piece of the magazine. Oh, it's right here. Oh, my phone. Come on. Had it turned kind of like this so you could see this old edge, which I like that idea. And this can just kind of go that. Can you guys see? Sorry. I was worried I was out of frame. Be great. Just watching nothing. Yeah, so let's see. We should figure out when we're going to do this. I guess I need a calendar. How if we just say May 10th is when I'll do the drawing for this. That way gives everybody a little time. And so you just need to be 18 or older, be a subscriber to my channel, comment below, and you have to comment on this video because that's how I figure out, you know, how many I have, because otherwise it's really hard to find, you know, if you're trying to hunt them down all over the place. So you have to comment on this video, and then I'll put your name in the drawing and I'll draw it on the 10th. Does that sound like a deal? And again, it's just a thank you because you guys are amazing and have been very supportive and helpful and just really awesome. So, and this will be my giveaway. And I will probably have a second and third place prize as well, but I'm going to keep that a surprise until, you know, because I just want more people to win something. So. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, so we'll just say it's a surprise. For second and third, not places. I don't want to say places, just the you know, the order that I call the names in. It's not like that kind of a competition or anything. It's just how the names get called. And this is a old vintage doily that's going on here. I like doing this because I feel like it sort of just helps stabilizes the spine, and also it just gives some interest at the back of the journal. Oh, I forgot to put the time on there. The Tim Holtz. I can add it, that's not a big deal. Just do this. That's not going to be straight from Paris though. Stick it under there. There we go. See? Just gotta be quick. Good thing you can do that, because my old brain, I'm telling you, gets dippier every day. Alright, so I'm just going to keep going around and tacking that down. I don't think you guys need to watch that. You get the concept. So be 18 or older, be a subscriber, comment below in this video, and I will draw on the 10th, and I'll do a prize for first drawn, second drawn, third drawn, and I just don't know what all else I will do, but I will show you that day before I do the drawing, just so you can get an idea of what's coming your way. And then you can just contact me and I'll get your information. So if that sounds awesome, that's what we'll do. And I will talk to you guys later. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Bye-bye now.